Hey everyone, welcome to the preview video for Tanque Argentino Mediano, aka TAM. It is the first Argentina tank in the game and it will be added to Era 2 in Cold War. So let's take a look at the gameplay tips and we'll see how this tank is, if it's balanced, broken, overpowered. The tank has the same forward and reverse speed of 75 kilometers per hour, does have solid gun for a light tank, has 105. Gameplay tips. Active scouting is the name of your game. Get out there and light up targets. Well, it is Cold War, so active scouting with that high profile probably not gonna work. Make the enemy panic with circle of death maneuvers. Again, very risky. Would not recommend it because there are a lot of tanks with missiles and autocannons or multi-weapon systems, so you will get deleted immediately. Use your high speed to back away from encounters. Well, that I agree with. The tank does have very fast reverse speed. This tank is very similar to an existing tank, Mo VTS. That's also a single shot medium with solid pen. Slight stats differences, but even that tank goes very fast in reverse speed. So let's take a look at the detailed stats. Era 2, tank XP bonus 10%, silver bonus 65. Hit points is 2500, same as Mo VTS 1 if you already have the tank. Engine power 720, power to it 23.61, so slightly power faster than VTS by 2 power to weight. Speed limit of 75.3, forward and backward about 1 kilometer faster than the VTS. Ultraverse 38, turret 42, penetration 390 and 449 respectively. So the premium penetration of this tank is essentially the standard penetration for the VTS. So VTS does have better penetration. Same alpha 460 on standard and premium, and hash is 570. Aim time 1.9. For VTS it's 1.7. Accuracy 0.23. For VTS it is 0.28. Reload 7 second. DPM of 3942. The DPM is better by 300 if you compare it with the VTS. Gun depression 7, 2 worse. Gun elevation 18, carries 60 rounds, and shell type for first and second shell is AP, FSDS, and third is hash with a view range of 55 to 55 meter and signal 700. And comparing again just because looking at the VTS stats as mentioned, it also has a 74.2 of forward backward, 448 standard, 505. So VTS has the exact gun as Leopard, but even the penetration for the TAM is pretty solid. Like standard is enough to pen most tanks, and you can still use premium. This penetration is definitely like a overkill. For Leopard, you'll go through everything. Well, not really overkill, but you can survive with the penetration, the standard penetration of TAM as well. Hit points are same as I said, 2500. It does have 3600 DPM though. 1.7 aim time and 0.2 base. Power to weight of 21. So if you compare these two tanks, they're very, very similar. Basically, TAM has higher DPM and better accuracy, whereas VTS, modern VTS, has better penetration. Slightly slower though, this is faster, but Marder has better gun depression. So is this tank, looking at the stat, is it worth it? Well, doesn't look like it. If you look at the price, it is a top tier medium. 12.5k gold is the base price. Well, with the bundle, it's 12.956. So 13k 9700. Very expensive to be honest, Era 2, and it's nothing special either. To be honest, it's a single shot. So unless you are you want to get your hands on the first Argentina tank, if you're from Argentina, I definitely see the point if you would like to get it. But to be honest, what I always recommend for the gold value, make sure you get the basic season pass first as well as the ultimate season pass. And even right now for the current season, if you haven't got the ultimate season pass, you can get the top tier Era 2 medium, which is probably more consistent than this tank for just 4,000. Actually, not even 4,000. That's the tier 10. The Era 2 medium is free as a stage 100 reward. So even just with the basic season pass, you can get the Era 2 top tier medium, and then with the ultimate season pass, you can get the tier 10. So this one definitely very expensive price, 25% discount, not even great. If you wait enough, you'll get 50% eventually, or the tank will be available for free XP. As I said, there's nothing special about this tank, very similar to Mo VTS. And the only reason you would buy this tank is if you would, like Mo Argentina tank, right? We had some tanks that was released earlier. That was the first Brazilian tank. So definitely people from Brazil want a tank from their country, same with Argentina, but for any other player, I don't see a reason, unless of course you're a collector. So if I will be buying this tank or not, looking at the stats, 99% I won't. I'll still play the tank. We'll get the rental, we'll have a video out. Maybe it might change my mind, but it is very unlikely. In terms of health of the game, this tank will not break the game. It is a pretty balanced tank. Will encourage passive gameplay as you don't have a secondary weapon, right? You're not a multi-weapon system, so you have to be in a position where you can keep that gun singing. So sniping or semi support mid to long range is where this tank's gonna shine. Then of course towards the end, you can try to do your best. We'll see how it plays out, but to be honest, the single shot life for the tanks that have single shots, they have a rough life in Era 2. It is hard, they are balanced for the game, we need them. And I much rather appreciate them adding these kind of tanks than a broken multi-weapon system that has missiles and autocannons. Those tanks are just ruins the experience for everyone. But at the same time, as I said, I don't find this tank too impressive, so I'm gonna skip out on this tank as we get different tanks throughout the season anyway. And as I said, we are getting a top tier Era 2 medium at the stage 100 reward with a current overlord season. And yeah, that is it for the tank. We can quickly take a look at the other bundles as well. The TAM loaded for 13.6. It does have premium account and then boosters, and then TAM Ultimate 15.4. So the first two bundles, 25% discount, this one 30%. Pretty standard. The bundles are pretty standard. This is how the tank looks like a rear mounted, and that's the reason that the tank doesn't have higher gun depression. Similar to most rear mounted tanks, it limits your gun depression. So yeah, that's it with the tank. However, if you haven't joined any regiment yet, you might be missing out on the regiment benefits. So make sure to check the link in description for our community regiment _low-key. So you can start earning that regiment coins and buy items in store, because there are some good items. There's a 2000 regi coins camo, which looks pretty solid, especially the red and black one. So don't miss out on those. You don't have to join this regiment, just join anyone. Just don't miss out on the extra rewards if you're playing the game anyway. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. And do let me know, are you excited about this tank? There will be server restart in a couple hours. You will be able to purchase this tank if you are looking forward. Make sure to let me know in comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.